I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna say right now and right here, me vale madre, pero
It's fucking insane. I totally forgot that shit came out in the video.
That's pretty
Holy
crazy.
shit.
La otra peda,
I love that.
No, petition, end the sound. And right now that we're clapping, I'd like to say shout out to my dad. He literally surprised my sister with a car last week. Like, I don't know where. Yeah, that was pretty
That's
crazy.
right.
Angel's dad.
I was gonna record it too, but it was dark. I was gonna show you guys.
He
but-
bought her car just cause?
No, it's because she's turning 21 in like 2 months. So it was a little bit
nice.
early. Yeah, he looked for a car and he got it. And then he was like, oh, like, can you help me bring the packs of waters from the car? And then he told my sister too. He's like, all right, help me out too. And then we were arguing. He's like, no, we don't want to do it. He's like, trash. Like, the whole plan almost failed because my sister was lazy. And then we went. He's like, no, there's no water. Here's the keys. And I was like, damn.
Oh, that's how you give it to her?
Crazy. Yeah.
That's
And wait,
sick.
did your sister cry or something?
No. She was like, damn, we need some tea on this hole.
The
Wait,
fishbowl-
what did your dad
fishbowl.
get you when you turned 21?
Damn, I don't remember.
Damn, now we know.
Nah,
who the
but I
favorite
remember
child
that
is.
got me a Jetta when I got my license. But I was like 17 or something.
She didn't get a Jetta, right?
Nah.
But having a car at 17 though,
Dad, you know damn well.
yeah, that's cool. As
You
fuck.
had a car at 17?
Yes.
That's
Bro, I went up to high
crazy.
school my Jetta, bro.
Yo, shut your bitch ass up. You
Yes,
didn't talk
I
to
would.
no one.
Look,
The
look.
car did not help. Even, you had a car, I didn't even know who you were.
No, imagine
If
having
you have a car in high school, people know
Brother,
who the
I had
fuck
a
you
car in high
are.
school
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything. Bro, I had that whole insurance and everything.
How you have a car in high school, no
Insurance license
friends?
and everything.
I know,
It's
literally.
friends.
Like,
You make some friends and then you get a car. So
Yup,
you can do
yup,
shit
yup.
with the
Bro,
car.
I thought I was gonna get the car and then get the friends.
Oh.
It didn't work out. No,
no.
it got me nowhere. It got
you
me
know,
nowhere
you gotta
in life.
talk to people.
Yeah,
you know?
but I said that I had the car and I had insurance because people these days think they could go on without insurance.
Nah,
No, that's at least a bad
irresponsible.
precedent for your life.
Yep.
So my dad got the car and I was like, damn, I was impressed. Shout out to him. So then I was like, okay,
congrats to
like
Sam.
how can I like help out there? And then right away I thought about the insurance. So I was like, let me try to do something nice. Let me get the insurance. And we've had this partnership with Adriana's Insurance. I was like, what more? It couldn't have been more perfect. So then I clicked the link in bio the same way you guys should. I put in her info. I used a discount code Agushto, and I got it done like within what took me 30 minutes.
Yep.
Damn.
And you got the 20% off.
30 minutes and my credit card. So my sister better love me for like the next year unconditionally because I did get it for the whole year and I don't have to worry about it no more. She doesn't have to worry about it, and I think it's a good start, so she's used to getting it and doesn't end up like, oh, maybe next car. Maybe next car I'll get it.
I'll get it, guys.
All right, guys. I did say
Enough of
that I was
that.
gonna get.
Anyways, as you guys can see by the title of this video, we know Jason's not gonna get insurance.
Yeah, ¿para qué,
no matter
le
what.
seguimos, pa?
All right, new car, but no insurance. Just kidding.
¿Para qué le seguimos?
As you guys can see by the title of this video, ESLABON Armado and Del Records are beefing it. ESLABON Armado wants out, and Del Records says, nah,
No
I ain't gonna
outs.
drop your album yet.
Like, you're good here,
It's like
doing nothing.
The record said, we not pulling out, brother.
Crazy, literally.
That's
a
actually
villain level.
fucking crazy.
Se te
güey.
pegó algo de ayer, ¿no?
El tío quería contigo, eh.
Anyway, let's get back to the topic.
Someone
I think
Theo messaged Angel. Let's.
let's. But
Oh,
anyway,
that's crazy. It's a family party too.
that's crazy. But anyway, I think
We'll get into it at the end.
ESLABON Armado has had one of the most successful careers in música mexicana. I think
Yeah.
it's super unfortunate that they have this issue going on with
Every label they've had.
with every label that they've had. They started off with Dinero Recio, and now they're with one of the biggest labels, Del Records. Congrats to them on both parties. Congrats to the label and congrats to ESLABON, because at the end of the day, I think it's a collaborative effort to make the magic happen.
Damn, Jason. Sheesh. Damn, you cook with that one. That's
And
right.
then the rest of the episode.
Hey. No, yeah, but we're talking about this. There's always a lot of beefs going on. There's a lot of stuff that we don't cover. We usually try to stay away from chismes, all that stuff.
No, but I think we're gonna go back to it.
Ya se falta, ¿no?
I know.
Pump up those numbers.
Like when Peso, Nick, and Nicole broke up. No, we're not
Let's
gonna
not
talk
talk
about
about
it,
it.
dude. We don't want to be that person.
Peso got that
we
dog in
back,
him, brother.
No, back.
Why do you think TMZ is number one? Because they fucking go crazy with the cheese, man.
Okay, so we're going to go all in.
Actually,
What's the downside of talking about Cheeseman? That the artist hit you up like, why'd you guys talk about this? And we're like, I didn't see that.
It's
You said
online,
that.
buddy.
You said
It's
that one.
online.
Yep.
You went
we saw the court papers. We paid $12.99 for them. Till that much.
Yeah, that's gonna be an amazing episode. But artists will say shit on stage in front of their audience while everyone's recording on TikTok with millions of views. They'll go on live and say all this shit
Nomás nos hablan cuando
or
quieren.
post.
Yeah, but
That's
we're
the
gonna talk
downside.
about
Everyone,
this.
but I don't answer the phone.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about this, and I think also para recalcar lo que él dijo, Eslabon has had a crazy successful career, and not also like commercially, but also they made a lot of people pick up the guitar. I think
Yeah.
that there's a lot of artists out there, you know, aspiring as well as, you know, some established ones that, so, you know, saw Pedro on a live singing or those songs, those vibes that they gave to the people. So it's very, I think it's important to talk about this.
And let's not forget, in 2020, Eslabon had everyone
Everybody
on a
chokehold.
fucking chokehold.
That's crazy.
Tu veneno mortal, boom.
Yup. And then
Tavenas, boom.
Dude, I remember I was like, oh, we gotta stay up. And I will drop back at 11.
Oh, yeah.
Like when the album dropped, you remember when it started with the intro?
I feel like
Dude, that's the first time that I listened to an album and I was like, banger, like first 10 seconds in. It was a
Banger.
Or the lady from Ruby Molina. Said,
Ruby
"Pedro,
Molina.
¿Por qué va el amor?" And it goes, no. Dude, I was like, what?
I feel like
I
that
remember
shit was
he went
hard.
live or something like that. And then he was, I don't know, I think he was like 18 or, like, he was not 21. And I think he was talking about like how he had like a little 6-pack of beers or something like that. He was like sneaking that shit in.
Dude, and then also,
They're like in a
too,
hotel room.
let's not forget when they dropped that album, the No Más Que Mal, Las Tres Torres dropped.
Oh, yeah. And then
And
actually...
Eslabon beat
Yeah?
Las Tres Torres, yeah.
Damn, I feel like they tried to do the Tres Torres thing, but they never worked out.
Oh, but you know what? I heard that, well, I didn't hear, but remember how Ovi, Nata, and, well, not Junior's not like that, but they were posting how, like, they were going against, like, Apple Music during this time because they didn't believe, like, that shit happened.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember there was a video where Ovi was like super disappointed that the album didn't hit #1.
So he started
and then he
attacking
got
Apple
the laptop and then he snapped it in half. He's like, oh, Apple Music, this and
Yeah.
that. Like, you remember that?
You don't want to do that, bro.
Yeah, you don't wanna
You don't want to, mess with the...
But that's crazy. The 2020, 2021, holy shit.
Yeah, and it's crazy. And also the way that people remember it like so fondly.
Yep.
Like there's no other grupo, maybe like some Ariel Camacho or something like that, but there's no other grupo where people make TikToks. Man, who remembers these times, man? These
Yep.
vibes,
Yeah.
bro.
When we were doing our research and you were playing like music like out of nowhere, I was like, damn, that shit took me back to like the fucking garage.
Yeah,
Now
no,
let's
for
go
real.
back to my first failed love.
Sorry to hear that,
No, like the time.
but...
No, like when I was telling you guys like my whole like ex story, like when I first met you guys like 3 years
That
ago.
was fucked up.
Dude, that was fucked. I told you,
And we
dude,
didn't even know each other like that either.
no, we didn't. Imagine telling like some people you just met, like you talk 20 minutes on like how.
Yo,
you're-
explain that story good. People are gonna fuck with that story.
No, it's we were
In Hawaii?
We didn't know each other, but we went on vacation to Hawaii. Like that's pretty crazy on itself. But like, I didn't even know like if they had brothers, sisters, family. Like I didn't know them like that. And then they were like, oh, like what happened with like your ex or whatever. And, you know, it's like 3 years ago.
And we were drunk too.
Yeah, and then they asked me so.
No,
like,
you guys weren't.
Yeah, we were.
I don't even think they
No,
were.
no, they were,
No,
they
weren't
were.
even drunk. They were just assholes.
Yeah, they were just assholes.
Hawaii
'cause-
at night. We got drunk like every night.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this in like 15 seconds because we get here for the chisme. So anyway, I go on. I talk for like 20 minutes in detail, brother, chronological order.
About to cry type
She
shit.
said this. He said this. Then she went off with this. She did with this. And then I was like, oh damn, like you know, they know my life story now. I tell the whole story. I wasn't even looking at them. I felt like they were cracking up the whole time. But I was like, yeah, man. So she said like he wasn't even like nothing. Like they were just homies.
And then he finished talking. It was like complete silence. And then out of nowhere,
Dude,
we were fucking cracking up. I don't know why.
I think that's the closest I've been to like crying in public. Not gonna lie to you. Like, I held that shit. I was like,
Dude, honestly, like the first thing you should have known about us is that we're like assholes.
yeah, but I didn't know you guys back then.
Yeah.
Now you know where
Well,
I
sorry
was.
I'll
about
stomp
that.
on your neck now though.
Hey, guy, comment down.
Yeah.
Comment down at what memories do you guys remember during these album releases. I'm pretty sure everybody was in a specific time of their life. So comment down because we want to know. You know.
But let's joggle your memory a little bit. You made this beautiful timeline.
Thank you. Thank
Of
you.
Eslabon Armado.
Okay, so the first thing that I put on the timeline is when
See the whole episode.
El Boss dropped February 25th in 2019. I think this is the majority of how we discovered Eslabon Armado. They uploaded a video, music video
Compa Paco.
with Compa Paco, which honestly, hearing that song first, it was like it was hard. And they eventually did that collaboration with Herencia de Patrones.
When they signed to Dinero Recio.
Wait, so El Boss dropped and then they did like the remix or something?
Yeah. So they did it by themselves first with Compa Pago, and then they did the remix.
And then Angel, what happened next?
I know, Railway.
All right, so they dropped their album, Navegando y Flotando. It did all right,
Yeah, but it didn't.
I listened to it.
It didn't reach major success. And also on the podcast, Pedro said that he wasn't too proud of that. No,
Yeah.
he said he didn't like it. I think he said himself that he took it off platforms.
And then the big boom.
No, they signed to Dinero Recio first.
Yep.
Okay, they signed to the
So around December 2019, they were already working with Dinero Recio. And then the big boom.
He's dropping out, Tu Veneno Mortal.
¿Con quién estaban?
February 14, 2020 with
Ooh.
Dinero Recio.
February.
That's what Jason has.
Okay, they're with Dinero Recio.
Yep.
Was it an instant hit, or did it take a little bit?
I think it took a little bit. And then
What's going on here?
So
According-
the album dropped February, March, April. 2 months. What happens in 2 months after the album drop?
on April 3rd, 2020, Dinero Recio removes Tu Veneno Mortal from all digital platforms. And that's when they did the video. They end up going live with Jimmy Humilde when the parents they get down.
Yeah, that's the first recollection I have of an online beef that I remember. I've never seen
it was
nothing
big.
like
It
that.
was big. It was big.
It
Do you
was
remember
big
that?
news.
Yeah, but why did Dinero Recio and Eslabon fight?
I don't know.
Because I think
It wasn't because they took it down.
No, I feel like they
Wasn't there problems
like money.
Wasn't there problems in the label where in the label itself, like JD and then like the other guy from Dinero Recio that
They beefed it.
they beefed it? Yeah,
I think-
because JD owned Dinero Recio, no? Like, he was a part of it.
No,
And
I
then
think he
he
was
changed-
signed to it. But then Dinero Recio, it was under the umbrella of Rancho Humilde.
but then and then it
But they
split
didn't
up.
know that.
Then it split up and it went to HP.
Comment down
Records.
below. How did Dinero Recio and
Yeah.
Eslabon fight? I totally forgot.
So then there's that. Relax.
And then they go. They
Wait,
go on a
what's that? That's a contract?
That's a contract. So basically,
Bro, I know that shit had a typo, brother.
typo.
dude, that's a crazy 1-page contract. Well, we seen like 200-page contract.
Nah, we really have. And I don't think contracts have logos like that.
Mm-mm.
Well,
I mean, but
I
that
don't
still
know.
counts
That's
as a
beside
contract.
the point.
That still counts as a contract.
You could sign.
Straight to it. It looks like a summary.
You could do it on a piece of on a napkin if anything.
This is 2020 though.
So basically, Eslabon Armado and Dinero Recio, they fight. Dinero Recio is under the branch of Rancho Humilde. So then Rancho Humilde was like, I don't want nothing to do with this. So I'm going to just drop the music. You upload it. And that's when, Eslabon gets upset. They're like, why'd you guys drop our music? That shit was doing so good. And then Jimmy was like, just re-upload it again. That whole beef, online beef or whatever.
Damn, but I remember they were live together, and then Pedro's like, "Well, what the hell do you have to do with this? I own it, son. I own it. How?
Literally.
I'm signed to Dinero Recio. You're Rancho Humilde. Yes, but you didn't read it. I own it."
But I feel like that looks bad when the CEO of a record label is fighting with one of their artists publicly on a live. I
Yeah.
feel like that's not
No,
professional.
but no. I don't think so either. But I think that was like the very early stages. He wouldn't do that now.
Yeah, because remember he joined with Nata.
He never going live with another artist again.
I
don't
know,
what
but I'm
happened
just
with
saying
it.
like.
No. Yeah, I agree.
I think that's funny.
Yeah. Damn, but when they went live with Nata, that was pretty crazy.
That was crazy.
The Nata
They
one
need,
was
they need to
crazy.
put that at like Smithsonian.
And then after all the beef, allegedly, Del Records gets Eslabon out of
Oh, yeah.
Dinero Recio.
Yeah, but something I'd like to point out. Can you tell us about the timeline? Dale, mero chuy, andaba ahí de pinche mi totero.
Wait, I'm
like my mero chuy, oilo?
okay, so on April 25th, that's when Eslabon signs with Del Records. But how much time from when the album got taken down till Del Records came to the rescue? Because remember how I told you how it was like 3 days or some shit like that? But there's no date here.
Yeah, you told us, right, that they were...
So in April 20th, Rancho Humilde takes down Eslabon Armado's album.
Yeah, it's right there.
April 20th, 2020.
Yeah.
They were like, no, like, that whole Jimmy stuff. The 20th, remember that, April 20th, 420. In 5 days, they signed to Del Records.
That's pretty crazy.
So they post a picture with Eslabon Armado and Del Records. Esos viejones nos sacaron del hoyo y queremos agradecerlos por todo el apoyo cuando nos estaban pisoteando. Puro Del Records, pa. So they were basically saying, oh, shout out Del Records. They got us out the hole that we were in. And that's crazy. They probably had to pay, how much? Like 6 figures to get Eslabon out?
yeah, no, definitely.
7?
I don't know if it was more than if it reached 1 million.
Nah, maybe like
Maybe
Six
like $1 million bucks
yeah, $1 million max at the time.
maximum.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Max.
Because it could have been like, well, I don't want to sell them. It's like, oh well, if you want to sell them, I'll give it to you for $1 million bucks. Knowing like if that wasn't, like that was like an exaggerated price. But that's just us like hella speculating. So what he really wanted to point out here was that April 20th, they were like, oh, like they're beefing it, and then by April 25th, like they were locked in with Del Records already. And why that's important is because that's only a 5-day period, and as we've come to learn, sorry, ran out of breath there. We come to learn that lawyers and paperwork takes stuff. It's like a Monday through Friday, like 9 to 5, like.
It's like back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah. Like
back
this
and
is not
forth.
like, oh, let's get this done and do this and do
Revise this,
It's
revise
not like
this.
that. It's a slow process.
time, yeah.
Change this.
So this 5-day time period is extremely fast.
Yeah, so we don't want to say like they didn't read the contract or like they rushed it, but I feel like ESLABON was like really under pressure, like they were blowing up, and then they just like shut them down. So I feel like they wanted to do anything just to like get the fuck out of that contract,
Yeah, and I feel like those opportunities, like you gotta take them,
It's a once in a lifetime.
because I feel like it's very hard to blow up twice. So like if you already have momentum going, like you gotta keep that shit going.
Yeah.
And obviously they end up making like a lot of money and being successful, but at the end of the day,
In my
they end up not being like content
in my
for
personal
whatever's
opinion,
happening.
I think that, as you said, like they already had the momentum, they're already blowing up. But I think that this whole thing helped them out in the long run.
I think so too.
I
Like,
think that it would have cost $1 million to get this sort of what would you say, like coverage or exposure. There you go. Yeah, I think so. But then
Yes.
also like it wasn't just that, like they had a lot of talent.
So ESLABON signs with Del Records. They dropped Viva de Noche at the time. Del Records.
Woo.
Who was their star artist at the time? Probably Tercer Elemento.
Yeah, I think so.
Probably Tercer Elemento. But was Tercer Elemento making like crazy noise this time, or were they kind of just like?
Yeah, you know
Average
what?
noise.
Probably not. I tell you that, probably not.
Yeah, because I remember Chris. They did a feature with Tercer Elemento,
con tus besos.
and we've also heard that like Tercer Elemento and
Let 'em know,
ESLABON,
let 'em know.
they don't get along.
Yeah, no, they don't get along at all.
Like they made the song, and then like I don't know, something happened there, and like.
Oh, I remember that it was a house with the Corvette.
The house with the Corvette.
No, not the Corvette. It was a Mustang. What's the name of the song?
The one with the Mustang?
No, the Eslabon en Tercer Elemento.
It was like Cuántos Besos, no?
I don't remember right now.
Oh, it's
No.
No, not Cuántos Besos. It was a. No.
hold up, I got it.
Yeah. Anyway, that happened. But then also, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure out that they didn't really like each other because, they're two big artists in the same genre making the same type of music, and you're telling me that they only made one song together. They
Yeah.
could have made a whole collab album.
Yep. Yeah, so something happened, they don't get along. And I remember even Chris commenting stuff like when something would happen with ESLABON, he'd comment like stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
like in the video where we posted recently where it was like, oh, ESLABON Armado on Del Records.
Oh, I saw you commented. Yeah.
Commented, oh, well, anyways, I just dropped this new song.
Yeah.
Oh, it's called Mi Vicio.
How does it
Yeah.
go? I don't know. Yeah, it's okay. Oh, there
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that show.
Honestly, that song was really good.
Yeah, it was good.
I feel like it did good to both of them.
Yeah.
So, ESLABON Armado with Del Records. They dropped Cortavenas. Fucking banger.
What year was this? 2020?
This was 2020, December 2020.
Yeah, so like it was.
That's crazy, like Jugaste y Sufrí and all that shit. Hey, keep down, bro.
Ay, me ando muriendo yo.
Hasta la Muerte came out on this album.
Oh, but we also caught something in January 19 in 2022. I screenshotted this shit. So Pedro posted Problema tras Problema, and then he also put. So after dropping the album, he also put No firmen con label, raza se arrepentirán.
In
So,
2020?
2020. Beginning of 2020, January 2020.
No,
And-
22.
Oh, 22. Yeah, my bad. January 19, 2022. He posted that. I screenshotted it. I don't remember we talked about it. I think we did talk about it. But I remember they posted an excuse like, oh, he remembers a time where he was stuck with like dinero recio. So like he posted that. Because he took it down right away.
He was reminiscing.
So
He
I
said it
think,
was a
I
minute,
think there
right?
was already like some shit going on, that ESLABON probably didn't like. So that, emotional decision. He posted that. And then they were like, hey, don't post that. Like, let's work things out. Of course, we need you right now.
Yeah. And something also too that I'd like to point out is we went we went to the album release party for that.
Nostalgia.
And something that caught my attention was how like close or connected Angel del Villar and ESLABON Armado, you know, like the whole family.
Oh,
were.
yeah.
I remember that if not that day, it was like within a few days that it was Nelly's birthday or something like that. And Angel del Villar le regaló un Rolex.
Oh, yeah.
You remember
Oh,
Yeah, we were there. I remember that.
that? Yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah, so something I really like to...
Damn, bro.
Me anda matando el chisme. Something I'd like to point out is that like they were really close. Like if you guys remember, like they would always post like, oh, we're eating dinner together. And I think at some point like they lived pretty close to each other, no?
Yeah.
Or something like that. They were always kicking it.
I remember when we went to, I think, Brian Tovar's birthday party, Angel de Villar pulled up too.
Oh, I think that's the first time we
Yeah.
kind of talked to him.
Yeah. You remember?
Yeah, I remember we saw him.
Damn, I remember those birra tacos.
He was like at every party.
Bussin'.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah, so to go from like, oh, buddies to like, not buddies,
Buddies?
something had to happen right there.
Yeah.
Oh, and then also, I talked to Angel del Villar too, so.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. We should have said it at the very beginning.
Put it at the beginning. Cut it and put it in the beginning. We talked to Angel del Villar and we got info.
And also we got information from Angel del Villar. So stay tuned. And then also Nostalgia dropped May 5th. Oh, do you guys remember Nelly's party? We drink a shitload.
Yeah.
That shit was bad.
That was crazy, bro.
It was like it was ESLABON.
I don't want to incriminate myself now, brother.
Ivan was there.
Ivan was there.
Dude,
Ivan
we
was.
drank
Ivan,
a
how old was Ivan?
shitload. Bro, that fool was like, I don't know.
Whatever old he was, he didn't drink. He didn't drink yet. Tell you
No,
that.
he didn't drink.
It was fun, I remember.
I remember like the fucking half cup shot.
Oh, you remember
Yeah.
that? Oh, dude, we told.
Never mind. No, don't say it.
All right, read the messages, pa.
Yeah, read the messages though.
Already? No.
No, okay. No,
No,
yeah.
but-
It says we're doing a little timeline, like what's
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on here. And we're
So,
gonna
you
get
know,
to-
Nostalgia, May 5th. I also like that album a lot.
that album was work of art.
And then, you know, Ella Baila Sola dropped, you know, as a single because it got leaked. You know, little stuff happened right there too.
March 17, 2023.
Hey, and also we heard stuff too from that shit being leaked.
Mm-hmm.
Almost ruined some friendships.
Oi.
Then Desvelado dropped.
April 28,
Ooh,
2023.
Desvelado.
Don't forget the fucking boom that Ella Baila Sola did.
The
So, you know,
boom worldwide.
We think everyone's happy. You know, they stop hanging out. The album dropped. And then recently,
Records exposed.
this is where Pedro goes live. And, you know, he starts explaining stuff. But a little bit before this, I remember he posted, which was recently, that he's like, hey, I have an album ready. This is my last album with the records. I'm going to drop it. I'm going to save the good shit for, like, after.
I think that was a bad move.
I think you guys don't realize how bad that was.
I feel like he should have made it seem like he wanted to sign again. So like let
Yeah.
Like, kind of finesse the records. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm ready to sign. Let's just drop this
like
shit.
reverse
And then
psychology.
It's like, hell yeah, pa. Yeah, because you guys remember people comparing it to Frank Ocean. I think Frank Ocean dropped like a homing album or something like
the
that.
instrumental.
Yeah, where, you know, at Huevo they need to do albums, but it doesn't specifically say you have to sing. So they circumnavigate that. You know, there's loopholes to that. But in this case, I'm pretty sure it was against the contract to... Because I'm pretty sure the contract says, like, you have to do your very best.
Yeah.
To be honest, like the best that you can do with your ability. And that goes against the contract.
Yeah, so we don't really know how all of this shit started. From what I do know, ESLABON Armado does have like their team, you know, like their family team where like it's them. And then obviously, you know, Del Records is their label. But the mom is a manager. I forgot where I was going with that.
Well, I think maybe there could be some issues right there with the mom being the manager, or maybe the family being part of the business, because it's such an emotional thing to do, you know, doing business and being a family. Like it could be very
Play the video.
put stress on the relationships.
Yeah, I've been wanting to watch the video for a minute.
This is like 6 minutes. How much time do we have?
I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna say right now and right here, me vale madre, pero ESLABON Armado carried Del Records for 3-4 fucking years.
All right, pass it real quick.
Pause it. Let's... Do
Question.
we agree or disagree?
Do we agree or disagree?
I agree.
Did ESLABON carry Del
Respectfully,
Records?
and I don't want to, like, obviously we're super cool with Del Records, we're super cool with ESLABON, but like...
ESLABON. And Del Records, really? Y'all cool with me?
No, but like...
Pick a side.
I don't know,
Be honest.
No, I think they did.
They
Yeah, I feel
They
like
did. I don't know any artist that was like popping off the
did. Within
way
Del
ESLABON was
Records at
popping
the
off.
moment.
And like ESLABON was on the charts the whole time.
honestly,
I
yeah.
remember we had a little shit. They were like number 2 for like the fucking forever.
Yeah.
But yo no dije nada de
Oh,
Angel.
agree.
And I've seen comments where people are like, "Oh no, Eslabon didn't carry those records, you know, Gerardo Ortiz regular." But you know, like that was back then. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like those artists are not signed anymore.
Respectfully.
Okay, pues.
3 years, 4 years, carried them by hand in hand, dropping bangers, dropping album bangers. Like 2020, Del Records weren't fucking. They were like this. They were right here. They were right here. Eslabon signed.
Pero
Boom,
también
revivió Del.
Hey,
Boom,
hey,
Eslabon
true.
Armado.
Okay.
tuvieron
I feel
mortal.
like they needed each other in
Yep.
these situations. You know, I think it was a good. I mean, obviously they're not happy, but it looked like it was a good.
No, in
fair
that moment
trade,
though.
fair trade.
In the moment when they didn't have no music, imagine they're like, Jim was probably like, "Oh, you can never sing as Eslabon Armado again."
True, and like what other label would have had that money to?
Yeah, at the moment, it was not as developed. I don't think anybody else had $1 million or however much money.
Yeah, that's insane.
Exitazo, pero eso fue antes de firmar con ellos. Eslabon
Damn,
Armado
honestly,
ya
that's kinda
tenía
true.
ruido, ¿ok? Firmó, boom.
But I want to pause this shit.
Pegó más.
Pause.
Because even at the time, the majors weren't even signing Música Mexicana.
Nah, like you're not gonna have an Interscope come in like, "Oh, let me help you out better." Like,
So like
those big ones
the
don't give
record
a
was the
fuck.
only option, and they obviously weren't gonna sign to Rancho Humilde. Imagine.
that would have been
Estuvieron
weird.
mortal. Viernes de noche pegó. Cortavenas pegó con la de Juguetes de Sufrir. Ando más quemando un chingo de rolas. Fucking Nostalgia pegó. La de Tuvieron mortal volumen 2 pegó. Like, bro, we carried them so much for them to do so much shady shit in those 3 years. Like, so much, bro.
I also think though, if it weren't for Del Records, I don't think those songs would have popped off as much either. Like I think Del Records like put like a shitload of fucking promo into
Damn,
it.
you think so?
Yeah, way.
I was
Like
gonna.
dude, what a label does is a lot too.
Yeah.
Like you can't like discredit them and be like, oh, you know, we did this shit ourselves. Like I don't think so.
I mean, I agree with
Like
you.
no
but then
one, not even Junior, not like no one.
But then I agree.
What's that?
But I agree with you. But then like when an artist has a good song, like it also does its own
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
you know. And I think TikTok at the time was a very powerful tool.
Like that extra. I'm talking about that extra boom. But yeah, you know the songs were good already. Eslabon was already
Yeah.
fucking good.
Yeah. Well, it needs to be a good product for a label to be able to do their thing, you know?
Yeah,
At the end of the day,
definitely.
like Fidel said.
Like, pero solamente Dios sabe. Ando en las terminaciones. Ocupo nomás entregarle este disco que, como les digo, no va a ser el disco mejor
Here goes
de
the
mi
doom.
vida. Que yo diga, le eché un putero de esfuerzo. No. Va a ser un disco para nomás salirme. Pero está perro. El disco está pasado de lanza. Pero nomás para irme. Para el labón que está free. Para que, so we can breathe. You still signed to them. Right now, technically, yes. Like, we're still, but as soon as this album drops, bye.
I feel like him saying that affected
I
the
think
Records not wanting to drop it because he's already telling the Records like, I'm gonna give you a shit album, you know, just a dip, and then the Records is like, all right then, I won't let you go.
Damn, no, this is tough. This is definitely a bad. I think this is like a lose-lose situation. Del Records loses their biggest artist, and Eslabon has to drop a shitty album. When do you ever want to drop a bad album?
And I feel like as time goes on, like they're losing that momentum because, like, again, you know, industry doesn't care. You still have to keep dropping song after song after song, and I feel like once you stop, like people start saying that you fall off.
Damn, I think my hot take is that, like, he could have been up there. You know, he could have been one of the big ones, like, you
The
know,
big dogs.
Right now, we'd say 4. I feel like he had more than everything.
At some point, he was top.
I mean, I still think he does. It's just like
No.
these issues.
He's definitely top 7, but like I feel like he could have been top 4. Like if he would have kept. That
No, I'm saying
momentum
like
going.
he could have been the 5th one, like up there with like Nata, Junior, Fuerza, and
Oh,
I'm forgetting the other one right now, but you know what I'm saying. I think so. And even like Instagram followers, he has like 1 million followers, and the other ones are like at 10 already.
Damn.
clout chaser.
Bye. Ya armamos nuestra disquera, se llama Armado Records, raza. Vayan a seguirla en la página de Eslabón. Si son artistas nuevos, tírenme y pues la neta vamos a crecer como empresa, vamos a querer firmar pues morros que
Damn, I've been thinking about what you've been saying. I think they are up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're one of the grupos that have like 3 fucking shows a week. Like just
They
like
could
Fuerza,
they could go on tour the whole
Am I
year.
tripping?
If I,
Dude, they have.
No, they've had though.
Remember the mom posted how they had like
179 shows.
179 shows a year.
That's something that I wanted to touch upon. Like, I don't think anybody does as much shows as them.
I think him, Eslabon, and Luis R.
He is up there.
And Junior.
Fuerza.
Nata Fuerza.
Like,
those are the people that have like
Non-stop tours.
non-stop tours and
Yeah. And I think in this case it goes to show how loyal of a fan base Eslabon has.
oh yeah, the Eslabon Unidos. I think we have some fans that are
No, they.
Oh yeah, they have fans that watch our podcast. So huge shout out for the support.
To them.
Oh, brother. I think I say some other
que la traen
thing.
duro, porque la neta, a mí, yo quiero hacer algo justo para todos los morros que tienen sueños, porque las disqueras grandes, así como, pues no quiero decir nombres, pero ya saben, en la que andamos, las disqueras como ellos, nomás te traen, oh, mijo, mira, ven, mira, te vamos a dar esto, pero boom, ¿qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó con Rubén Figueroa? ¿Qué pasó con David Bernal? ¿Qué pasó con Ángel, ¿cómo se llama este? El que sacó la de mis ojos, ¿cómo se llama? Ángel Pérez. What happened to him? Where is he? What happened? Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened, right?
Okay.
Ángel Pérez, Rubén Figueroa y David Bernal en 2020 estaban haciendo ruido. Deo los firmó, ¿verdad? Los firmó. Y el año llegó y les daban feria. Mira, cómprate esto. Oh, mira un video musical, te lo pagamos. Oh, mira, el estudio, graba, tú grabas lo que tú quieras. Tenemos el estudio aquí y te pagamos todo. Arre, ¿verdad? Sin ellos saber. Cuando el año pegó, cuando el año se terminó, yo pienso que te voy, siéntate. Oh, nos debes de lo del estudio, de los videos, de la ropa que te compramos. Pero, verga, yo, ¿cómo tengo dinero para pagarte todo ese pedo? Como yo pensé que era gratis. No, me lo pagas. Y se fueron. Truchas a la verga, trucha. Sí, raza, está bien, cabrón, la neta. Es que ustedes no saben. No, yo, de estos 3 años, 4 años que pasamos eslabón armado en la industria, puta, es que es una industria bien cabrona.
So what he was explaining here is that basically these artists who were with Del Records, Del Records, he's saying that Del Records is like, oh, let's go to the studio town, let's film a video here, let's get these drone shots, let's get all this crazy stuff, like a bunch of models. And obviously, Del Records didn't get their money back with those songs, I'm assuming. So then they started charging the artist.
Yeah, but 100%, 100% right. And I heard from other sources that basically a record deal is just an advance for you to invest in yourself to make the music pop, and if you don't, then you owe it. So I guess you really make money once you fulfill that money that you used once you
Oh, no, ya me perdí.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Or hopefully the same.
No, I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that, they give you $500,000, you work, you pay that $500,000, and then once you're done paying that, then, you start getting a good cut out of that.
Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like you're betting on yourself.
Do you guys think these artists who owe money to a label for their advance, they have to pay it at, let's just say I have to go get a job so I can pay the records back? Or is it just the money that the song's making? That's the same shit happening.
Oh, brother, está en todos los meses. What are you talking about?
He's basically saying if you don't make up that debt or that investment that the record label gave you, do they keep
3 brain cells at 3 at night?
Oh, man. Do they keep using the royalties and the publishing?
There you go.
And from the music you already have until you make it up, or you actually have to get a job and then give it to the record label?
I think it's the royalties.
It depends if that's enough. What if the royalties is $3?
Then you gotta clean.
Well, I mean,
in the studios.
Yeah, I feel like some stuff is never going to be recoupable. If you don't have $1 million and the guy has to go work.
Yeah, that was a dumb question. I know the answer to it. It's the royalties. It's not like they have to go to Del Taco and pay the records every month and shit.
La neta. Hay razones porque no hemos ido a México. por ellos.
Oh, I want to touch upon that too.
Les digo ahorita, no hemos ido a México por ellos, por la compañía, que tienen pedos. No quiero decir más, pero tienen pedos que no podemos ir a México. Pero ya que nos vayamos, hey, ten tu disco. Eslabón Armado en junio, julio, que ya estamos libres.
That's fucking insane. I totally forgot that shit came out in the video.
That's pretty
Holy
crazy.
shit. The whole time we thought Eslabon Armado didn't want to go to Mexico because, you know, Mexico's dangerous or whatever it is. So, honestly, that's what I thought. I was like, oh,
Honestly, me too.
if
That's what I
they're
thought too.
already doing shows here, like, why go to Mexico?
hay
Risk your
necesidad.
life. But what they're saying is that, like, because the records has issues in Mexico with,
We don't know who,
we don't know
to
who,
be honest.
that's why they haven't gone. This is public. What did he see on the internet?
Oh, stupid. What did you see on the internet?
Yeah,
This is
that's
public,
what
but
Like, what does Pedro mean? Like, allegedly.
I speak
allegedly.
for Agushto.
You speak for the website news source that you saw.
Yeah, well, as you guys know, that there's an investigation. We've talked about this.
That is public.
That they're
That is in like
investigating-
Agushto. That
They're investigating the records in Mexico for there was like an event that they did with a
Gerardo?
promoter. Yeah, Gerardo was the artist, and the promoter that they did the deal with was linked to some illegal activity, and unfortunately that tarnished Del Records. And that's what the investigation's about. That's that, to my knowledge.
Oh, really?
So maybe, no te hagas, güey, si me dijiste tú. So I think that's what he was referring to. And, you know, I also like to note that, you know, we're being pretty unbiased here. We said good things and bad things on both sides. So, you know, we're just, don't kill the messenger. Tell you that.
that's a good one.
Damn, so no Del Records artist is doing shows in Mexico? I feel like Jose Manuel and
I mean, aside
Lenin
from,
and shit.
aside from, oh, well, Lenin's active in Mexico. But I think aside from Lenin and,
También Panchito.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's actually a big artist over there.
In Mexico.
Yeah. So I think, yeah. Like, I don't know why they can't go and,
I feel like that was pretty bold of him to say, though.
Yeah. That
Like,
was crazy.
considering how big of an audience that he has.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of people don't know like what the fuck he's talking about. They're probably just like, oh, you know, probably just
Yeah, but I mean,
No, it's
like there's a
'cause-
whole ass investigation. Like that's
yeah,
That's funny.
also something that to know is that I think we see things differently, but I think the general audience like doesn't know all this stuff, you know? Like, oh, this is going on, and like, oh yeah, I know what he's talking about, but like the majority of the audience doesn't. So I think also that's the first thing that came to my mind when he said, "Oh, I'm gonna drop an album just to get out. Like, it's not gonna be the best." Sorry, not everybody's gonna know that. Not everybody's gonna know that he purposely didn't give it his best effort. Most people, I think most people are gonna listen to the album and be like, "This is not the best I've heard." And they won't know an explanation. They won't know where to look for it. Like they'll just be like, "Oh, what's wrong with them?"
like yeah.
or vice versa. They're in love with the band so much that they don't even realize that it's bad.
Yeah, no, Eslabon does have a crazy fan base. Well, con todo respeto, claro.
Fuga para México, la verga. Fuga para México. Yo siempre he dicho, oh, el año que viene vamos a ir para México. Oh, el año que viene vamos a ir para México. He dicho eso porque no hemos podido ir por razones que tienen ellos, no nosotros. Y qué culero es que no puedas ir a un pinche país que te aman y que has querido echarle todas las pinches ganas de ir para allá por alguien que te quiera detener. Verga, que no manches. No, raza, no, por favor, te los pido, Diosito, por favor, no firmen un pinche papel culero. No firmen nada. Se los digo. 4 años ahí. Ya.
He's talking like this.
Pesadilla. Lean lo que firmen. Pero, espérame. ¿Tú crees que voy a leer 100 páginas? No mames, no. No, bro.
¿Por qué no?
Es que, bro, eran como 200 páginas que cuando firmamos era un pinche libro así de grande. Dije a la verga, fucking, yo nomás firmé porque andábamos en otros pedos y me quería zafanar de esos pedos.
And right there, kind of admitting he didn't really read it, right?
Yeah,
He's admitting he read the contract because it was too long.
that's crazy, but I guess that's the consequence of not.
I see both sides though. Like, no one way. Like, I'm gonna be like, "Oh no, brother, you should have read the contract." Like, that's
Yeah.
no, but I see both sides. Like, I try to read a contract and you don't understand what it says. Even
Pero
if you read it, you
por
don't
eso
understand it.
existen abogados.
No me digas a mí.
No, I'm just saying like.
No,
No.
te asustes.
But I feel like you know, aside from the beef, I think we should try to take the bigger picture. You know, the record label is gonna do what they need to do to make money, and then the artist needs to position themselves to be successful as the artist and as a business person.
Yeah,
So,
I think
lawyer up.
I think like everybody at the end of the day like fends for themselves. They look for their best interests. The artist needs to look out for themselves. The label is an established label because they've successfully looked out for their best interests already. So just to keep that in mind, I think.
Yeah, and just like how there's bad deals, I'm pretty sure there's good ones if you have a good lawyer.
But at the end of the day, like they're legal deals, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not like una estafa or this or that. Like that's what they were offering. And then also he says at the end that you know they went out of one really bad situation to like go into another one. So
Yeah, he did say that.
Y acá pues dije, pues chingue su madre. Y my mom le dio todo bien y pues, está bien, mi hijo. Pero, pum, era un pinche cagadero, raza. No, era un pinche cagadero. Lawyer up. ¿Ustedes saben cuánto cuesta un pinche abogado, raza? Es que
Ahora sí, ya sé.
ustedes no saben. Todos dicen, entonces, ¿por qué no leyó el contrato? ¿O por qué no agarró abogado? Un pinche abogado te va a cobrar 20,000, 30,000 bolas para que lea el pinche contrato. Así nomás es fácil. ¿Lo tienen? Pues uno sí, pero al empezar no. Está cabrón, 30,000 para que te lean un pinche así, un librote así. Pues como que tampoco. No, pues ni vergas. Hell no.
I mean, yeah, I think they
agree 100%.
I think they did exactly what every artist does when they start their career and get a record deal.
Yeah.
They're so excited, or they were already in a bad position, and they try to get themselves in a better position, or just they want to start their career, get a record deal. But then at the end of the day, you know, we live in a world where everything's on the internet. You know, if someone's getting scammed, like it'll pop up on the fucking TikTok For You page. So I think it's very hard to keep secrets nowadays. And at the end of the day, business is business, and that's the world we live in, you know? No remorse.
Damn.
Cutthroat business.
Yeah, so we've seen all this shit happen. We usually just have Eslabon Armado's side of the story. You know, they're reposting stuff. People are upset. They're like, oh, Angel Del Villar is blocking fans. Eslabon Armado as well. People are commenting, release the album on Del Records page. Del Records is also blocking people. Actually, Del Records liked our video, the one where we made about Eslabon.
Yeah.
Eslabon Armado said Del Records doesn't want their album to drop, and they liked it. Well, we were like, what does Del Records have to say? So obviously we hit up Angel Del Villar, and he replied.
Shout out to him.
Thank you, Angel, for replying.
Angel.
Oh shit.
What? He unsent?
Yeah.
He unsent? What, did he screenshot like I fucking told you, idiot?
Yeah.
That's todo, Angel!
Damn,
Todo, nene.
That's kind of.
Nene cagón. Caquitas.
Hey, we got a reply. I told Angel, screenshot that shit. You never know.
Okay, give me a second.
I mean, it wasn't some crazy ass reply tampoco, but it was like.
But I think the fact that he took his time to reply to means a lot to us, because, you know, a lot of people come over here for resources and try to, you know, fill themselves with knowledge.
All right, what
so-
did we send?
So shout out to Angel Del Villar. We respect you a lot.
He's a little worried now.
He said, I told him. Okay, this is what I said.
And don't change it.
Textually, brother. Textually.
He didn't say hey,
We're
pa.
putting the screenshot
Hey,
up too.
hope you're doing good. Just wanted to reach out and see if you could tell us your opinion on what's going on with Eslabon. We plan to talk about it in our next podcast, and getting a statement from you would be badass, since we only have their side of the story. That's what I said.
Ooh.
He said, go with their story. Doesn't affect me or bothers me, bro. At this point, the attorneys are dealing with the matter.
So one thing that I remember meeting Angel Del Villar is that like he doesn't. Well, he even told us to. He doesn't let like negativity like get to him. So like he's really just trying to stay away from like people commenting under his shit.
I think he's been doing this for years, so this is like light work.
Light work, you know.
Yeah.
So he's like, you know what? Let the lawyers handle it. Who cares?
Yeah.
Keep
Something
their
that we
side of the
talked about
story.
before and that caught our attention is how like professional the records is. Like
Yeah.
I feel like they've been doing this for such a long time. Like they know what they're doing with their contracts and all that.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
like how to handle stuff.
Yeah,
I think it's-
how to
I think
handle
it's-
disputes.
It's definitely very professional. But anyway, guys, let us know in the comments, what do you guys think about the situation? Do you guys believe Del Records is in the wrong? Do you guys think Eslabon is in the wrong?
I feel like
Are you guys excited for the album?
Okay, what do you guys think? Because I feel like no one's wrong.
I feel like
I think that like
I think
You
it's
know,
just an opportunity that where they could both help each other out went sour, where they
I think at the end of the day, you know,
okay,
like,
okay.
I think
Okay, go first. Go first.
I think at the end of the day, you know, the art is art and business is business. That's it.
That was weak as fuck.
that's weak, brother.
Because it's true. Like, if you sign a bad contract, like it happened. Like, you put your name on it, bro.
Okay, that's what I was gonna go.
Like,
I feel like
like-
no one's wrong. I think Pedro said like, oh, we were in a deep hole, so like they got us out of it. I didn't really read it.
So fue su ángel
So,
de la guarda.
he signed the contract.
Como un ángel.
I don't know if it's a good contract or a bad contract, but it was signed. They were happy at first, and like now, what do you do? Like, there's really not much you can do about it. Del Records is, I'm pretty sure they have the advantage. They're like, you know what, if we could hold on to this album for like the next 10 years, we could.
That's something.
That's savage.
That's something that you guys might have not caught on that we didn't catch on either till somebody told us exactly like that. Like
Yeah, we talked to a few people about it too.
there's like
Without
okay,
giving
you need to
names.
drop imaginary scenario. We don't know the terms. You need to drop 5 albums in the next 5 years. Like at least, but it doesn't. There's no like maximum clause. So technically, the album could be withheld for a solid amount of years.
Yeah, and obviously that's where the lawyers come in place and read those fine prints, you know? Like, oh, there's a loophole here, you know, watch out for this, watch out for that. Like, okay, like, you can't hold the album for this long because then it withdraws and affects the career of the artist, you know?
Yeah, I don't think that shit. They have that shit, but yeah, I think the records could
Nah,
hold
it's
on
crazy.
to it
It's
forever.
crazy. You.
And then also too,
Yeah, but I also like to point out that maybe they're not happy or whatever, but like Eslabon, Armado, and all of them, like they're rich as fuck.
yeah.
I mean, I feel like they got to a point where they don't really care about like money because they have it. It's like once,
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like once you get used to a specific lifestyle, you're like, what's next? I need more. You know, just looking for that fulfillment.
No,
That's what I think.
I feel like that's not what we were talking about, brother. I'm just saying, like, maybe they're not the happiest, but like they're super rich. You know, like they got a lot of money.
At least
with
they're
the
set for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
Not like other people who are like, oh shit, what am I gonna eat in the next 10 years?
I'm thinking about my next meal.
Some canes?
Oh, and also too, from what we've heard, we saw a video of some lady who's like this huge Eslabon fan. I think she's part of Eslabones Unidos. I have no idea, but I know they have like some type of contact with Eslabon. She said in her video something that Eslabon has never said, that Angel del Villar wants Eslabon to sign an NDA, and that Eslabon's like, why the fuck do we want to sign an NDA? Like, we don't have to. Like, we have shit to talk about, you know? So maybe the record is like, all right, you're going to sign this NDA, and we're going to work some shit out. So, I don't know. The record, I mean, Eslabon doesn't want to.
Yeah, that's allegedly like
I think if we have a video of that, we should put it up.
Put it up. Roll the clip. Angel or Jason?
Jason this week.
I did last week, bro. Nah, I think this is all crazy. Like, just being an artist is very difficult, but then, you know, having a label.
I think it's difficult being in a Eslabon situation because let's just say they were mad. They said a bunch of shit. Boom, boom, boom. Angel del Villar this, Angel del Villar that. Because obviously you're mad, which is what any mad person would do. And then now they're probably realizing, like, fuck, if the records wants to hold on to the album forever, like, they could, like, what do we do? Like, apologize? Stop talking
Sign the
shit?
NDA.
Like, what do we do, you know? It's tough.
That's crazy. I feel like that's why it's always. ¿Cómo me gusta hablar? I think that's why it's always important to be able to keep yourself composed no matter what.
Yeah.
Like not too excited over a contract.
No. I'm just saying like
in
in regular life, like
mad situations.
yeah, like I've actually take pride in, like I've never like
Being composed.
screamed at anybody or
No, we know.
I never done none of that, you know.
Mhm.
So I think I think that's one of the best things I got going for myself. Aside from that, there's not much, but because like uno dice cosas that you can't take back sometimes,
Yeah.
and there's situations the stakes are so high, you know. Because like us, we're gonna be arguing about like $20, but like them is probably like millions and millions. So, and that's
Yeah.
tough. And I think at the end of the day, time is of the essence. Time is valuable, and it's never gonna come back. I think music and momentum is a moment, and maybe they will resolve this. Maybe everybody will be happy in a year.
Yeah.
But where will music be in a year?
Any predictions of what you think is gonna happen?
On
I
this?
like that. I like
that's a
that.
good one.
I
Give me a
think.
second.
I think.
There's gonna have to be some sort of settlement. I think.
I think the album will probably drop in like 4 months.
Damn.
I think-
$20.
I think. Eslabon Hermano is gonna have to fold their arms. Okay.
To whatever
And then.
the record says.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say like, oh, they're gonna have to like give up their masters and everything, but I already know damn well they don't own it.
Just kidding. I
A
don't know.
lot of people actually do not own their masters.
Beatles didn't own the masters.
Nah, but then also we're saying all this stuff because we've been at this 3 years, and like I feel like we know a thing or two about like how music works, but I don't blame any artist that doesn't.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong.
I really don't.
I think a label is a superpower almost. So much power, so much money, so much intelligence, so much work behind the scenes.
No, let that alone. Like it takes time to gain the knowledge of how things
Yeah.
work. 4 months.
I think it'll come out like in 8 months. I feel like
Or 8 months.
I feel like I feel like Eslabon is like very like
What if Del
Pride.
Records is like, bet we'll do it, but you're gonna drop this album that you said wasn't the best, and I also want the good one.
Oh, shit.
Oh damn.
Like that peso feature in there? Oh, shit. This is tough, bro.
That's what
I think I made my prediction.
Yeah, they're probably not going to drop it till, I don't know, fucking September, November, some shit. And it's going to be like out of nowhere, too. And they're going to let them go.
No rollout.
They're
no
probably going
nothing.
to try to let ESLABON kind of like, I don't know. I really do not know. This is tough.
I think that's to be determined. I think everybody needs to keep a close eye on the situation.
But what do you think is going to happen, though?
Tell me, brother.
You think they're never
What do you
gonna
need,
let them
brother?
drop it?
Damn.
Knowing the behind the scenes stuff that we could have mentioned in this podcast, do you think that shit will ever drop?
Yeah. Yeah.
It will drop?
Yes. That album's gonna drop. I don't know what to tell you. I feel like this is unprecedented. I don't think in this space anybody has ever said, I'm gonna give you just this album just to get out.
Huh.
People have done it, but
not
they've
that.
never said that.
I feel like what fucked them up is saying that they're gonna give him a bad album.
Yeah.
I should have been like, yes, man.
And then the Mexico stuff, that was pretty wild.
Yeah, like I feel like he really. I think he should have just kept his mouth shut. Reverse psychology. Yes, we're gonna sign again, and then give it to them, and then boom, never sign again.
That would have been smart, huh?
But then
Like,
again,
you know what?
like
Yeah,
tanto coraje, you know,
Yeah.
But Angel sent a message. I'm scared.
he's gonna get the.
But yeah, guys, that is the end of this episode. Let us know down below in the comments, what do you guys think is going to happen? Who do you guys think is in the wrong? Comment down below.
Peace out, guys. Peace.
Damn, thank you guys.
Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, everyone.
Woo, to
What
all the
on-
mothers.